Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we are playing some Rakdos Hollow One. So if you haven't seen this card before, this is a card that sees play in multiple Eternal formats from time to time. So it's a 4/4 for 5 generic mana, with cycling 2, doesn't seem great on the face of it. But it costs 2 less for each card you've cycled or discarded this turn. So if you've discarded 2 cards, suddenly it's a 4/4 for 1 mana, and if you've discarded 3 or more cards, it's actually free. So the whole idea behind this deck is essentially it's a kind of discard matters deck, and we're looking to discard cards out of our hand, make our hollow ones a lot cheaper, and then kind of close out the game with 2 or 3 big creatures just coming out of nowhere. So that's kind of the idea behind the deck. So we have a lot of discard outlets that allow us to kind of get to that position. So the kind of classic ones like Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Chapter 2 on that obviously allows you to discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards. But we've also got Cathartic Reunion, which is a discard 2 to draw 3 card. Bitter Triumph, so that's a removal spell with an additional cost of discarding a card. Lightning Axe, which we see in Izzet Phoenix quite a lot, so discard a card to do 5 damage to any creature. And then we've got a couple of new things as well. So we've got the Brass's Tunnel Grinder from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So this is a 3-mana legendary artifact. When it enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many cards +1. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, put a bore counter on it. Then if there are 3 or more, you transform it into a legendary land. No, I'm not even going to try. Tekatlan. Someone correct me, my pronunciation, I'm sure. But a legendary land that adds red, but also allows you to discover when you cast spells using it. And then we have some madness enablers as well, in the form of Insolent Neonate, discarding cards and that kind of thing, and Fiery Temper, which is a 3-mana burn spell, which if you discard it, you can pay its madness cost, and it becomes a pseudo lightning bolt. And then we're also running a new card from Wilds of Eldraine. So this is Hearth Elemental, which is a 4/5 for 6, which costs X less to cast, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard that are instant sorceries or have an adventure. And then it has its own adventure for 1 and a red to discard your hand and draw 2 cards. And similarly along those lines, we have 2 copies of Oxen of Agonas, so 5 mana 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, discard your hand and draw 3 cards. And then you can pay 2 red and exile 8 other cards from your graveyard to escape it, and it escapes with a +1/+1 counter on it. So that is kind of the idea behind the deck. We are just looking to discard cards, refuel our hand, play cheap hollow ones, attack with big creatures. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just a couple of other cards to talk about. Obviously, we're not just looking at discarding our own cards. We can do the same to the opponent with Thoughtseize. And similarly with Kroxas, a couple of Kroxas to not only strip the opponent's hand, but also then eventually escape it using the cards that we've discarded ourselves. And a Collective Brutality, which use a kind of free discard outlet in many ways. The sorcery spell, which you can escalate by discarding a card. So there's lots of different ways of getting where we need to be, and essentially making our hollow ones cheap, just playing our Oxes. Yeah, that's kind of the idea behind the deck. It's, as I say, fairly simple, and it's Rakdos mana, so a lot of red-black dual lands, but a few creature lands as well, just to help us if we need to sink our mana into stuff. So we do have a couple of Den of the Bugbears and 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrants as well. Then in the sideboard, we've got some more opponent hand disruption with Duress, some more targeted removal with 2 copies of Rending Volley and 2 copies of Abrade. Then our artifacts, we've got 2 Damping Spheres to shut down Nykthoses and Lotus Fields and the like, a Wreck and a Bankbuster, a staple of many Rakdos-style decks to just help us draw through our library, keep our hand stocked with spells, a couple of unlicensed hearses, so we want to be able to hit the opponent's graveyard without affecting our own, so we've got that as well as Go Blank. And then Brotherhood's End is a useful sweeper that doesn't hit our hollow ones or our hearth elementals, so it can be quite good. And then Kalitas as well as a powerful mid-range threat that neutralizes opponents' death triggers, turns their dying creatures into our 2/2 tokens. So yeah, very, very good. Kind of a classic Rakdos sideboard in many ways. So that is the deck. Rakdos discard, Rakdos Hollow One. So yeah, let's see how we go on with this. Thank you very much for watching. As ever, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Always appreciate it. And yeah, let's go on to the ladder. This is a mulligan. Ugh, this is not a great hand, but I don't think we can get rid of it. Yep, that makes sense. Oh, these tap lands feel so bad right now. Let's discard Kroxas. Okay, that's not terrible, so let's... we could just Fiery Temper that away. I think that's fine. Just to use up our cards ready to play Ox. Yep, that's fine. Now let's take out both of these with a Bitter Triumph. Discarding the Fiery Temper. That's not the actual worst, so let's play that. Discard both our cards here. Ooh, hello. Thoughtseize the opponent. Okay, let's take their Invoke Despair. Now let's get Kroxas out the bin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Okay. So our opponent's on an interesting configuration of Rakdos Midrange. So they playing a version with Invoke Despair. So let's take Bankbuster, Duress, Go Blank. I think that'll do for now. We've got 4 cuts to make, so I don't mind Neonate here. Reunion is fine. Fable's fine. Maybe Lightning Axe isn't the best. Although, we are, if we trim that, we're a bit light on removal. Let's give it a go. See what happens. Yeah, that turn where we're able to kill both their creatures in one, I think is, that's kind of the power of this deck. Wow, that is another mulligan. I don't love it, but it's okay. Let's pop back. I think we're putting back Den of the Bugbear here. Leyline of the Void, that's okay. So let's just tear their hand apart. So let's start with their Thoughtseize. They've missed a land drop. They have no longer missed a land drop. Okay, they are absolutely determined that we won't get to do what we want. But in the meantime, let's take their Reckoner Bankbuster as their source of card advantage. Now let's play Insolent Neonate. I think I'm fine to discard Collective Brutality here. I'm kind of just building up to using a go blank on them. Yep. Okay. This is tough. The trouble is, if I play Fable, they're just going to kill it with Kolagon's command. Let's use our mana efficiently here. Okay, let's get Fable into play. Take the 4. Still nothing. So, if I Cathartic Reunion, that doesn't really work, does it? So let's just get rid of that. Keep our other 2 cards. Let's play Thoughtseize. Ha! Okay. Well, that explains that. Let's play Hollow One. Attack. Okay, they're 1. That feels unnecessarily aggressive, but sure. Okay, Bankbuster's an excellent draw here. Okay, excellent. What a wild match that was. Let's move on before something else happens. Yeah, weird matchup, but I feel like actually this deck's reasonably well matched up against Rakdos Midrange, just because it kind of doesn't really care about its 1-for-1s. So let's hold on to this, hopefully, for a couple of turns before... Okay, is this another... Are we looking at spirits here? We could well be. No, okay, it's Lotus Field, fair enough. Right, well, I think let's play Brass Tunnel Grinder. Discard 3 cards. Play Hollowed One for free. Okay, so they've got the discontinuity. So I think we probably do want to Thoughtseize them here. Okay, let's take that to Teferi. Now let's play Cathartic Reunion, discarding both our cards. I was hoping for maybe another Hollowed One there, but can't be helped. Let's attack instead. So this is 1 turn from flipping, which is good. Discover X. Yeah, so that'll help us get some more stuff out. Kroxas are not bad. So let's play Cathartic Reunion. Let's discard these 2. Okay, let's play Kroxas. And we've got more than enough in our graveyard to potentially bring Kroxas back. Let's attack them down to 5 now. Flip our tunnel grinder, so we can potentially use that on our Hearth Elemental next turn. That seems pretty decent. Okay. So, how shall we do this? Well, let's start by casting Hearth Elemental. Fiery Temper's good, so let's use that on the Strict Proctor. Now let's go to attacks. Wandering Emperor, sure thing.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you.
Okay.
You are not much of a roadblock.
Now I think let's bring Kroxas back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Yeah, they weren't going to probably get through all of that lot. So we did pretty well there to survive their double Lotus field. So Duress is good. Rending Volley, I think we can put 1 in exchange for a Lightning Axe. Britta Triumph is good. Collective Brutality is good. We obviously want Damping Sphere, Bank Buster. What am I less fussed by here? I think we can probably lose our all of our Lightning Axes. Yeah, let's just use Rending Volley instead. Ditch a couple of Cathartic Reunions, as it's quite vulnerable to Counterspell. Same with Hearth Elemental. Yep, that seems pretty decent to me. Do we want Go Blank? Yes, let's put in Go Blank and lose one of our Brass's Tunnel Grinders. Yes, I will keep this hand. Yes, I will use Thoughtseize against them. Ooh, interesting. I don't really care about Dennick, but they are a long way from casting to Fairy, so... But then if they draw something that lets them... Yeah. I just don't care about Dennick, I don't think. And that is pretty good, okay. Rending Volley's not bad, so let's play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Now, let's discard Fiery Temper and Land, I think. Use this against Dennick. Let's attack. I think I'm happy to just play another Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Now let's have a Hollow One. Yep, this is a pretty decent start. The opponent will probably need a Wrath now. Yep, I think that's what they will be hunting for. Yep. Okay, let's discard Den of the Bugbear and Fiery Temper here, I think. Use the Temper against our opponent's face. Play Reckoner Bankbuster. Play Neonate. Play Land. Okay. Opponent does have a full grip of cards. Okay, well, let's Rending Volley their Strict Proctor. Let's draw with Bankbuster. Brass Tunnel Grinder is not great here. So let's explore. Yep, we'll keep that on top. Let's explore again. Interesting. Okay.
Now you've done it. That's
Okay, I'll sack that. I will discard Grinder. Ha! Grinder. Okay, let's play a Thoughtseize. Nope, just a Lotus Field. Let's Bitter Triumph. Dennick. Attack down the Wandering Emperor. Pass the turn with Bankbuster up. Okay, well, let's force them to use their Memory Deluge now. So they're going to get a good grip of cards here. Impulse draw is fine. Okay. Let's draw with Bankbuster. Ooh. Damping Sphere is a good one. So let's pay 3 life again. Play Damping Sphere. Yep. Okay, that shuts off their Lotus fields. Now let's explore on our pilot. No, I don't think we need another Hollow One. Okay, let's play Neonate. Let's explore on our Neonate. Through our Reckoner Bankbuster. I'm happy to just pass the turn. Okay, let's Fiery Temper them down to 2 while they're tapped out. How do I feel about this? Let's discard Hollow One. They're dead anyway. Very good. Yep, our lands would have got it done for us there. Yep, this feels like a decent keep to me. Okay, the opponent's on mono black. Quite a lot of options here. Fatal Push is the one I'm least fussed about. Go Blank is just fine. Bankbuster or Liliana here. I don't really like either of them, and I don't have a good answer for either of them either. I'm going to take Liliana. Okay, let's play Neonate. Fine, so let's discard land and Reunion. Now play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Let's discard 1 land here. Interesting. Well, can't really go wrong by just playing more Fables. Okay. Let's discard Grinder here. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's insolent Neonate. Well, no, let's do this properly. So let's attack with Neonate. Discard our land. Play Hollowed One. No, I'm in no hurry. I will hold on to my Hearth Elemental. Thanks. I think I'll keep the Hollow One here. Because I'm about to get another one of these. So let's discard and draw. The opponent's just got land, that's fine. I mean, you can say nice, but you've got a terrible hand. Sacrifice that.
When I win.
Okay, Invoke Despair was a pretty good draw.
Haven't you ever heard of
So let's play the Hearth Elemental. Here comes Liliana number 2.
We all have things we'd rather forget. I'll have this fight finished before brunch. I've always hated crowds.
Okay, well let's kill her now before she causes me any more trouble.
Knew this was a waste of time.
Yep, that's a pretty good one to get off the top of our library. I'll play Brass Tunnel Grinder just because it draws us a card. Again, I could live with that. What strange matchups we're having at the moment. Still, I'm kind of into it. Our opponents are loving the old Invoke Despair. Okay, I think that's pretty much us dead. I mean, they could have killed us there, but... So, our opponent just got away with it by drawing an Invoke Despair there. But I think we have some pretty decent answers. Duress is good. Lightning Axe is less good here, I think. How do I feel about... A Braid is probably okay. Get rid of the other Lightning Axe. Use a Hearth Elemental. Yep, I think that'll do. Right. This is fine. Let's take a peek at the opponent's hand. Ooh, this is a tough one. I think I'm gonna... Well, their Waste Knot doesn't do anything at the moment. I don't have any way of dealing with any of their other cards. Let's take Waste Knot for now. See where we get to. Buys us a bit of time, anyway. Drop Fable onto the battlefield. Ooh, okay. Well, let's drop these two. Discard Blood Crypt. Okay, well, we're running a bit short of things to do here. Okay. Discard Cathartic Union. Draw. Decline. Play Thoughtseize. Take their Invoke to spare. Attack with both of our tokens. Pass the turn. I think we're taking the 4 here. Well, that's not ideal. Flying lifelink, each opponent. Yep. So, well, let's see what we draw. Okay. Can we do anything about this? So, Fiery Temper doesn't save us. Well, it might do. Let's try attacking. Nope. Okay, so how much mana have we got? So, if we could... We could somehow get Kroxas, so we've got 8 mana, and we need 9 to do everything we need to do, because we need to Kroxas twice, also play Fiery Temper, but we don't have enough stuff. Anything we can do... Kroxas... Yeah, alright. Calm yourself right down. So Kroxas down to 6, Fiery Temper... No, I don't think so. Let's play Kroxas anyway, just for the... So if we'd done that, it wouldn't have helped because we'd have had another token, but spent a mana. Yep, no, that Aclazot's just got us there. Never mind. Not quite enough. No, good games though. Interesting. Kind of. Ooh, a pack. that is a... that is Rakdos Hollow One. Pretty good. Some interesting matchups, some interesting interactions of cards. A few times it felt like we had some stuff that was pretty dead in our hands, so I'm sure this isn't a perfected version of this list, but let me know in the comments if you've seen anything similar, any decks you're running like it, any changes you would make. And as ever, thank you very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you next time.